Good morning, everyone. It is 5:03 a.m. Monday morning. I'm gonna try to lay back down for an hour. Oh, here it is. Everything on me itching right now because I done been bit up. Mosquitoes done got me. Yeah, I'm up because got up, I washed my face, everything. I took a shower last night, brushed my teeth. Just now, I washed my face, brushed my teeth right now. And I was praying as I went because I had two crazy dreams, maybe three, but I only remember two. The second one just happened. We just watched it. Let me get on up and see what time it is, and maybe I should just go and get myself ready, make my coffee and stuff. So the first dream, I tried to make sure I could remember it because in the first dream, it started off for some reason me trying to, no, yeah, I was trying to explain because I kept being referred to or compared to someone else. Well, one of my sisters. And in the dream, I'm kind of constantly trying to say, no, that's not true. Da 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 da. In the dream, it was like, I was constantly being referred to and compared with one of my sisters. And it was just so annoying. It was like it was being constant. It was being spiteful and hurtful type of thing. And I was just saying, no, you're misunderstanding that. No, that's not this. No. And no matter how much I try to speak, it's like everybody's trying to speak over me. Like what I have to say doesn't matter, don't count. And even the particular sister that they were doing, that I was being compared to or referred to or whatever, was trying to say something, and because I was trying to, speak, she got the roll in her eyes and stuff, and I was like, and I saw it, and I was like, it's terrible that when everyone else wants to speak, it's okay. Everybody's supposed to be quiet, and everybody's supposed to listen, but it's even if what you're saying is incorrect. But then when I try to speak, everybody got the rolling eyes, gotta be this, gotta be that. And I said, that's not right, that's not fair, especially when what you're saying is incorrect. And so we're going back and forth, and all of a sudden, I don't know who all the other people are, but all of a sudden, the wind started to blow really hard, like there was some sort of storm or something going on outside. And it was coming all inside. So I was like, do you hear that? Da, da, da. So now we're all trying to figure out what's going on. And then out the blue, there's somebody, two guys at the front door. They're actually inside the hallway. It's like, well, how did they get in? Right? Now we're on the first floor. The door has a chain on it. It's locked as well as having a chain on it. So they shaking, the door trying to get in. They first pretended to care, like, they weren't there for wrongful reasons. But we kept asking questions, and it was pissing them off. And so the truth came out. And all of a sudden, instead of there being a lot of people like it was before, it was just me and her. And we're like, we're not opening this door. And she had the phone. And so then they were like, let's go upstairs. Now, here's the issue. Upstairs was my Grandma Luli, my mom, and I don't know who all else was up there. And I think the kids or something. And that bottom door was open, but the top door was locked. And so we were trying to tell them, hey, don't open the door. Don't open the door. And so I kept telling my sister, call up there, call mom, call grandma, tell them don't open that door. And I forget what she was doing, what she was trying to do. I was like, I'm trying to call the police. I'm like, I'm going to call the police. You call them. And she didn't get to them quick enough. And they opened the door and let whoever it was in. And I'm hearing it. So I run up the stairs. And, one of them is holding one, one's holding another, got a gun. And I run up and I'm like, I'm not going to allow my family to be hurt. And I run up the stairs and I'm, just trying to think of all kind of ways so that we can get these people out, so that we can take these people down. Then all of a sudden it's playing back in my head. I'm like, okay, I could go up the back way, and surprise them and take them down, and just all kind of things going on in my head. But the first thing I did was I told my sister, I said, call the police, and I immediately ran up those stairs, and it's a whole lot of commotion was going on, and I'm trying to take them down, and that's when I woke up and I began to pray. I just began to pray, Lord, watch over and keep all my brothers and sisters in Christ. Lord, not just my family, not just my children, not just the people that I love and care about, but all my brothers and sisters in Christ, whether I know them or not. Somebody is out there in need of help, or something's going on, and I'm praying. I'm not sure what it's about. It could be praying about confusion. It could be confusion coming on this end or wherever it is or whatever it is. I'm praying and I'm asking the Lord to protect, keep, guide, watch over each and every one of us, each and every one of His children. I'm praying and I'm grateful and I'm thankful. Today my dad spoke and he brought the word, and it was a wonderful word, and he talked about giving God His praises, giving God the glory that He deserves, seeking God first, seeking the kingdom of heaven first, and everything else will be added unto you. And he spoke about how God said, if I provide for the birds in the air, the fish in the sea, every animal, every insect there is, if I provide for them, will I not yet provide for you? Right? I sent my son, I sent me to shed blood, to experience what it is to be human, to experience everything we experience, to go through everything we go through, to understand, and then to die for you. Will I not take care of you, provide for you the things that you need? And I had to remember that more and more and more. Stop trying to solve issues and problems and things myself. And trust God, right? I'm praying. I think I nodded off because I'm constantly nodding off, waking up, nodding off, because I'm just not 100% comfortable. Hot, with the fan on. There's moments I get chilly. I turn the fan off. Like now it's off, but it's off right now so that I can speak to you guys. So I'm praying. I think I nodded back off. Now I'm dreaming. Again, it's a whole bunch of us. It's my house. It's an actual house. I don't know if it's a townhouse, apartment, or whatever, but it's different from where I am now. And it's a whole bunch of us there, and I don't know why we were all there. I don't know what function or family get-together it was, but we're all there. And there was a particular person that was there that at the time I just wasn't caring for. I didn't want to be there. And main reason was because on top of the fact that you're treading on thin water, you on thin ice, you're drunk and you talking crazy. So now I'm irritated even more so irritated. And I'm like, this person gotta go. I'm over it. Da 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 da. The ignorance, the stupid, the this, the that. I'm not dealing with it. Don't want it in my house, in my presence, or around anyone that I care about. Especially when I'm constantly trying to somewhat go to bat around for this person, around uh, the people that was in my home, and you're proving to them the ignorance. I'm like, I can't deal with. And I have some people say, well, no, you have to think about this and be a better person. And da-da-da. I am being better by saying this person need to leave. That's your best bet. That's me being a better person. This person needs to leave. You know what I'm saying? For your own safety at this point, because I am getting pissed off. And so all this debating and this going back and forth and it's this and it's that, and somebody's like, oh, maybe I should squash the beef and da da da. And no way, this was now. See, as I'm talking about this, because this is the last dream anyway. This person irritated me, and because I was being so irritated, I was provoking at the same time, so that this person can do something, or to swing at me so that I can hurt them, and it'd be me defending myself, or so they can do something stupid so I can call the police and get them out of there and do to them the same that they do to other people. And eventually that's exactly what this person did. And I'm like, oh yes, that's exactly what I needed you to do. And everybody cried and did it. I'm like, oh no, you gone. And that's when I woke up and I began yet again. I got on up and started getting myself together and praying, because I was like, this is not what I want, but that was the last dream that made me get up. But there was one prior to that, and now I remember it. And that one, all I remember about it was, I don't know why this was happening, but there was a boat, and it was like maybe the boat had been torn up, half sunk, flipped over or something. But it almost was more like being in the house or something, and your bed flipped over in the frame or whatever had something over it, so you could at times see through it, at times you couldn't. And for some reason, two people, a male and a female, had gotten over in the water for whatever reason, and we were to watch out for them, these two particular sharks. And oh god, all I can remember, I see it was just coming back to me, all I can remember was me trying to let these people, alert these two people that these sharks are in the water, they've come back, get out of the water, trying to distract the sharks from where they are. I don't know what they were in the water for. I think the reason why they were in the water was to do something to help us all get up out of there. And so we were able to get them out of the water, and we was like, okay, we're gonna wait till it's clear again. And so this happened, I think maybe a total of 3 times that I can recall, before the last time them sharks was like, no, we ain't falling for this, we're not playing this game. And they were going after him. You could see, I'm looking at the silhouette of the shark underneath what we were on, and it could have easily just jumped up, and maybe that was the next step. I don't know, because I woke up, and that's all I can remember about that dream. And I know that there's more. I know that there was more prior to what I just spoke on, and I think there was more after what I just spoke about, but I don't remember. All I remember is that, being in that situation where the sharks are hovering around, being in that situation where our safety was at risk, and whatever we're on, whatever we were floating on or whatever, it was not going to protect us long, and it just was, it was crazy because I feel like I've had this particular dream before or one similar. And I've had many, many sharp dreams in my life, you know, but had not had anything like that in a while, especially anything that I can remember. Is that if you all can recall the last, man, for months, every time I've had a dream, I can't remember anything. And here it is, I've had three. And I almost forgot about the one about the shark. It wasn't until I was talking about the last one as I've said, recall. Anyway, remembered that. So, yeah, I'm starting to get hot again. I'm gonna go ahead and try to lay back down. It is 5:18, and I'm just gonna lay down till 6. Maybe 6:10. Because my kitchen is clean. I did all of that before I got back up, and I did all of that and got it all straightened out. All I have to do is get up and make my coffee. I'm out of creamer. I still have whipped cream, and I have a little bit of powdered creamer left, and a little bit of sugar left. So that is what I will use for my coffee for most likely today and tomorrow, because I won't donate until either Tuesday or Wednesday, but I think Tuesday of this week. I get paid Wednesday of this week, and that whole thing is going to go toward rent. My rent was due on the 1st. I already knew that it would be late because my check would be after the 1st. And it's going to be a short one because, again, my Rapid I've been using for other things around the house and so on and so forth. And so I still did not pay my electric or gas yet. The gas I have until the 12th. But the electric, that was on my mind yesterday. I was like, Lord, give me more time, just to get some things done, because everything that I wanted to do, should have done this weekend, I did not do because I got sidetracked because of everything else that had taken place. And it sidetracked me, and I have to just remember to let go and let God. And it's just so easy to get sidetracked when things happen that are out of your control. Nothing you can really do about it, and it hurts and it bothers you, and you want to be Superwoman, and you're not, and you can't. So I have to remember to remain focused and just trust the Lord, and not as my last option. God should always be your first and only option. I did straighten my room up a little bit. Not quite like I wanted 100%. That's not, it is what it is. But I do pray. My prayers go out to everyone who's down, who's ill, who's under the weather, who's going through anything, who's struggling through or with anything. Anyone out there, like my sister's about to have surgery, I pray that God takes over, and I know that everything is going to be all right. And I know that you're strong and you're going to get through it. For every family member that's having surgery or that's dealing with any illness or sickness, any brother and sister in Christ, we are brothers and sisters. We are children of God. And we have to stay prayed up for one another, whether we know one another or not, right? And so my prayers go out. My prayers are for my children as well. You protect, God, lead, Lord. You know what each one of them need, what each one of them desire. You already know. And I pray and ask that you assist, because I know that all you have to do is think it. You know what I'm saying? And it is so. I thank you. Y'all Capo. If that's him messing with something or what. Jeez. Stop it. Scratching on my bed. I'm like, what the? They do some crazy stuff sometimes. Anyway, guys, I want to lay back down. I've been trying to turn this TV off all night, but then I end up playing something else. And it never fails when I do fall asleep. It automatically picks up on this one YouTuber that I watched. I'm just trying to see what you're playing with. It's one YouTuber that I watch. Used to watch. Sorry, I had to see what he was doing. Yeah, it's a YouTuber that I would watch. I haven't watched in a while. Because I like watching this guy, camping and tents and this, that, and the other, so on and so forth. But sometimes his voice irritates me because sometimes it be the same things. It be annoying. Kind of like myself, I annoy myself sometimes because I'm saying the same thing or complaining about the same thing, So I know if other people do it and it can be a bit irritating, and I will turn from it from time to time. I'm sure the same happens on my end, So I try my best not to complain as much and say the same things over and over. But I just wanted to take a moment to share that with you guys. I think I've been talking to you for a minute now, about 25 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. You guys stay prayed up and pray for others, please. Please remember to say your prayers for your brothers and sisters in Christ, as well as for your family, friends, and loved ones, okay? Go ahead and turn the fan back on and lay down. Try and lay down till about, like I said, 6:15, something like that. Then get on up and make my coffee and get ready for work. Get ready for work. So yeah, that's that. Talk to you guys later. Hey guys, good morning. It is 6:30 a.m. Monday morning, August 5th. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Hey, ho. Hey, ho. Happy Monday. Oh goodness, I noticed I'm scratching up the wall, scuffing up the wall with this mirror. I'm going to have to today figure that out. Anyway, how you guys doing this morning? Happy Monday. I hope you guys had a wonderful, safe, and productive weekend. For those of you who went to church, I hope you enjoyed your church outing. Yeah, I hope you slept well. Hope everyone's doing well. Just trying to pay attention to what y'all doing. In my office. Anyway, guys, yeah, I spoke to y'all this morning about those dreams that I had, and I laid back down and actually did what I said I was gonna do. God, my face so thought I had a lot of something on my face, and it's just the bags under my eyes. Jesus. Anyway, guys, I did lay back down, and I didn't go to sleep. I just laid there, got a little rest until my alarm went off at 8. Correction, my alarm went off at 6 a.m. I went ahead and got up. I didn't lay back down like, oh, let me lay down till 6:15, 6:18, like I originally was going to do. I just decided to just get on up. Just get up. You know, it is what it is. Get up. Got up. Put my phone on the charger so that I can log into work. It's the VPN. I restarted my computer. So probably 7:10 I'll go ahead and try to get into everything, log into everything. Made my coffee, fed old Chop. He just wasn't playing. I have my 2 nails that popped off yesterday. I have to put them back on. So this is the color I did my nails. To kind of go with the dress I had on yesterday, and my eyeglasses I had on was the exact same color as my nails. So this is the one, the pinky that popped off, and this one. So I have them over there. The pinky I still have. The other one I couldn't find, so I had to get a different one. I'll put it on and kind of sand it down. Let me taste my strong coffee today. Actually, it's good. Yes. Oops. And I just wasted a little. Come on. It's hot. Let me get something to get this up. So I did take my multivitamins today. I still have to clean my mirror. I will get it done today. I keep forgetting about it, but I will get it done today for sure. But yeah, I already took my multivitamins. Now I'm gonna take my vitamin E. I have to actually get some more of these. And I'm going to take the vitamins on a day for iron. I'm just going to take one. Okay. My coffee. Jesus. Okay. So guys, I really don't have a lot to talk about today. I just don't, you know, this morning, I'm just gonna do my job. I'm gonna resend that email to myself for my work email for that PSR star and get that stuff done today. I have to get Alexa back online. Oh, yeah, my box went off again, but it came right back up. We thought maybe somebody went down there and unscrewed it again, but this time it did not. So, but it came back up. That's fine. Yeah, yesterday I watched, on Prime, this picture called Sedok, S-E-D-O-K, I think. I have to look it up. I forget. By the time you get this video, I will have inserted right over here the name of the picture and the main two actors, right? When I saw who the main two actors were, I had to see it, right? I was flicking through, and it's a Korean picture, and what I tell y'all that I saw, like, what's his name? Bo Kim, Jun Bo Kim. I forget his name, but he is the second lead in the picture. Reply to Me 88. He played Taki. He played Tak. He was a bit, I think, autistic, but he was very, very smart when it came down to that chess game that they play. So he was, rich in that sense. But everyday life, he was a little slow in because he didn't go to school. Dad pulled him out of school because he had become a celebrity. So he was he was a bit autistic. And I mean, this boy is an amazing actor. I've seen him play some roles. He can play them roles. He got them dark eyes, those lovable eyes, but at the same time very scary. Like, he can play a possessed demon. He has those, I mean, he is a freaking doggone good, great actor. He really is. And if you look at his bio, you'll see that he's received so many awards for and been nominated for so many different awards because of his acting and because of his age. He was the youngest to receive some award. But he's amazing. He's from, I think, South Korea. He's South Korean. And then the other actor, he's also very good. He played in Train to Busan, and he's from Busan. He played in Train to Busan. He's the lead in that. He played in, what was the picture? Something Cafe, where he fell in love with this girl who's posing to be a guy, He played in Squid Games, which y'all know is going to be a part 2. He's played in a lot of great pictures too. He's really, really good actor. Like, he plays his roles well. He, especially to me, plays those silly roles. Like, he's hilarious to me. He's good. And so he played in, they both were the main characters in this picture. And I was like, oh, I'm watching this. I was so tired. I feel like I got cat fur in my nose, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm not digging in my nose. I actually feel like I have cat fur in my nose. So what this was about was man again decided to, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and put this up, and then I'm going to put my nails, the 2 nails on while I'm sitting here talking to you guys. So funny, when I first put these nails on, y'all, I was dropping stuff. I couldn't hold nothing because they were long. Okay, they were long. So, ouch. This is the pinky one that came off that I had already, pretty much hooked up, right? And then here's a new one that I have to use on the middle finger, which might be a little big, but it is what it is. So in this, let me show y'all. My dad's beautiful wife yesterday gave me a Yankee Candle clean cotton. This smells so freaking good. So when I tell y'all, so good. Let me take the top off. This is going on my desk, okay? in front of the fan. Let the fan, blow some of that circulate. She also gave me room spray, lemon lavender. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And something that go in your car, that freshens up your car. But I told her that's going hang on my air conditioner. But y'all, so in this picture, man had created, they cloned, first clone, right? Human clone. And so one of the guys, who was an American, was just about to finalize some paperwork to do something. I don't know what it was. And he's hearing this noise outside the window of his home. He goes and he opens the window, and there's like a drone outside the window, and he's looking at the drone. Drone's looking at him, and he's looking at the drone. I'm thinking, why the hell are you standing there? Like, have you already in your mind said, oh, I'm finna die and ain't nothing I can do? Next thing you know, everything blew up. So he was murdered. Okay. And so now they have to move the clone, the specimen. They have to move it to protect it. And so the Korean government or police or whatever it was, he was supposed to, what he did was hired an agent who's no longer working to be in charge of, or to ride with this drone to keep it safe. And so because dang it, I just popped the other one off by mistake. The guy in the lab was like, because he was telling him, if this dude was assassinated, you already know who's finna be assassinated next. And, so they can get to it. And so he's like, well, we're going to have to move it. And I have someone in particular that I want, that I know that's, I guess is going to do a great job. And so it just happened to be a cop, an old cop, retired cop or detective or whatever, who was having some issues. When they first showed him, he was having these painful, debilitating headaches, and he was out of medication, so he went to go get some more medication. And the guy was like, I'm concerned about you, He was like, look, I'm not gonna let this take me. And he left, and he pulled up to a beach. He took the medication, and it knocked him out. It was almost like made him high. And he said, I need to sleep. I haven't slept for days. I can't work if I can't sleep. And so I guess this was to help him do that. I done got doggone glue on my fingers. Jesus. Y'all, that was a waste. Thank God I bought extra glue. I just squeezed it unnecessarily too hard, and it just rolled all down everywhere. Dang it. I mean, it just don't take. So, he goes to the beach. He's there in his car. They knock on the car window. Hey, we're from the company. And he tried to pull off, and they didn't let him. He was like, what do y'all want? And so they took him to this one area where the guy was standing there, and he told him, I need you to head up, to go along with this plan, this project for me, to protect this person, and da-da-da-da. And he was like, well, what is all this about? Do you trust? He said, I need somebody I can trust. And he was like, can you really trust me? And so the dude was like, remember the last time we was here at this spot? And da-da-da-da-da. And dude got quiet or whatever. And so anyway, when he went to go see who it was he was supposed to protect and get an idea what's going on, as a kid sitting in this indoor beach that was made for him. It's like a whole world on the inside. And he was sitting at this beach, it's sand, it's water, and you could see the thing in the back of his neck where they, with the hole in it where they constantly injecting something into him. And so he was like, what is this? What's going on? Da, da, da. And they told him, he explained to him he's a clone. And he looks like just a normal kid. And this is Bohem, B-O-E-M. I forgot how to pronounce his name. B-H-O-E-M. I forgot. And so he's sitting there, and it's almost as if he keeps looking back at the window. It's almost as if he can really hear them through the glass, and they don't know it, type thing. And I think he could. And so the dude was just, explaining to him, he was a clone and blah 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 blah, and he has he's accelerating super fast, much quicker than he's supposed to. We're not sure why. And we have to slow it down by doing this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. And the guy was basically saying he can't die, he doesn't die. And he went on to say that because of how he's accelerating, he has this ability with his mind. His mind is powerful where he can move things, telekinesis or whatever you call it. And he was able to move things. He's very powerful, but it was like he was only allowed to do so much. Like when he told them to demonstrate, and he had them pick up, the sand and the water and things around him. But as he was getting more powerful and powerful, the dude got a little nervous. It's like, okay, that's enough. Da da da. And so the lady that he calls his mom is the lady that she's a doctor, and he's cloned from her son. Her son passed away, and so she cloned this boy to look just like her son. So just like her son. So anyway, let me get the knot ducks scissors. Tripping over stuff. Long story short, the guy that asked him to do this tried to set him up and was going to kill him and the boy, the clone. But the boss over who created the clone kind of had the idea that this dude was going to sell them out for the Americans, which is why they had the first dude killed, who's American. And so they had been watching this guy all along. So they kind of knew what he was doing, so they were able to stop or intervene somewhat. Because when they caught the guy and the boy, the guy got loose, and but it was after they was going to do something to the boy, inject him with something, and he said no. And the guy was like, he said no, don't touch him. And the guy was going to do it anyway, and the boy took matters in his own hands and took the guy out, and all the rest of them too counted. So along the route, the way of, the time it took dude to try to get the boy back to the lab, they got to know one another, and he decided, he's going to protect this kid. Now, originally what was happening when he get to the lab, because this guy, the reason for his headaches and why he couldn't sleep is because he had some sort of cancer and he was dying, and he only had like maybe 6 months to a year to live, right? So whenever he get too stressed or whatever, his headaches get really bad. He'll pass out, things like that. And so they were going to use this boy to save his life. This boy is his genes, his stem cells, this, that, and the other DNA that they used to clone him was going to be, the dude was going to, okay, so the Americans wanted him dead because they said if people find out they can live forever, it'll be destruction everywhere, right? Right now, people are under control somewhat because they fear death. And nobody wants to die. But if they find out they can live forever and not die, they have control over that, then people will act a fool. So they didn't want this technology to get out. They wanted it silenced. They wanted them killed, dead, da 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 da. And so, the main old guy that was over this, he was in a wheelchair, and he was told he hadn't had so much time to live, and so that's why he kind of came up with this and funded this. And so not only was he going to use it so that he could live, but so that he can pick and choose who he felt should have eternal life, and da 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 da. And so, anyway, this young man, he and the boy established some sort of, relationship, because the boy see that, well, this man, in spite of everything, even though at first he just was fighting for me because he wants to live himself, but it come that he actually cares, and the reason why they chose him is because he and this other young lady were undercover, and the people that they was working for, which is the same guy that tried to have him killed, was crooked, and she had proof of that. She was tired of the things Stu was doing, and she was ready to let it be known. And so she was asking dude, are you with me, da 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 da. But it turns out he ends up setting her up, and he didn't mean, and the people ended up killing her. And he said this wasn't a part of the plan. All you wanted was this that she had. And they were like, you really think she was gonna not say nothing, or this, that, or the other, blah blah blah. But he's like, but this wasn't part of the deal. He said, you'd be free to join her. They had poisoned her drink and then put her in this car and drowned her. And so he always hated himself for allowing that to happen, for being a coward, not trying to do nothing, was afraid, da 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 da. And so that's why he was like, with this boy, he's gonna, do it differently. And so he fought for him. But it's only so much you can do, one man against everything and everybody. But the young lady that he called his mom, which was the young lady who allowed her sons to be cloned, and her DNA. So she, looked at him as, this is my son, and she saw that he had feelings too. He was crying. He was like, what am I supposed to? He said, you became a doctor to do this and the other. He said, what can I do? What's my purpose? What can I become? And he's crying and stuff, and she just felt horrible. She's like, I'm so sorry. And she cried in his arms. And so, because she knew what they were going to do with him, what the purpose was, but she had become so attached that he was calling her mother, mother, mother. And so before going back to the lab, the boy he got a chance with this guy to be a normal kid for a little bit. And there's only one place he wanted to go, and that was to the grave, or to where the little boy that he was cloned after, where he was laid to rest. He wanted to see him and his dad and everything, because the dad was dead too. So all while this is going on, the mom, the doctor, she's sitting in her office in the lab, and she took her gun and she went and pulled it on the old man and said, this isn't right, da da da. She was trying to stop it, and they shot her in the head. But they kept her body. They're preserving her body because of her DNA. Is that boy has part of her DNA in him, and da 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 da. And so when he saw his mom dead, he was done. First of all, they never even seen him get up off the table. They had him strapped down to the table. He'd already realized that was it for him. He had gone, I think, 3 or 4 days without the injections that they were injecting him with, and so he was coughing up blood. He was about to die, and the dude kept telling him he don't die, he can't die. But the lady was like, what do you mean? He can die. If he don't get these injections, he'll die. If he's shot, killed like anybody else, he'll die, right? But the people said no, he can never die, and that's because they would constantly have him like a pig, you know, extracting this, that, and the other from him, putting this, that, and the other in him. He's forever tied down to this table, and they're just taking all this stuff out of him and injecting it into other people so that they can live forever, blah, blah, blah. And this would be his purpose forever. This is what he would go through forever. And dude was like, that's not right. So he tried to stop it. And in the process of doing that, the boy had heard what the dude said about his mom. And so they looked around and he was gone. He was standing up over his mom looking and crying. And he said, you shouldn't have done that. And so the dude walked up behind him, tried to hurry up and inject him with that stuff. And as he got up on him, he hit a wall because he put a barrier around himself. And he couldn't get close to him. And so the boy turned around. The boy just kept with his mind picked. He never moved his head. He just stared. With his mind made dude go up, bam, hit the ground, bam, until his face busted in the ground. And he just began to walk. And everything in his path was just crumbling. He was just busting everything. They were on this big ship. And the ship, people on the outside was about to come in. The army guy was out there already getting prepared to come in to attack, right? So they're looking at this ship rocking and they're hearing this noise. And they're like, what the hell? All of a sudden, there was a hole began to open up in the side of the ship. And the boy was standing there. And they began to open fire, and not one bullet could touch him. And he was just slinging people with his mind. He just, all of them, but it didn't kill him. And so he had gotten weak and started to bleed out. And that's when dude got up with this, what do you call them trucks? Was it a cannon? And he just boom, 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 a tank. And with the big gun on it, he was just shooting at the boy. And because the boy was already down and weak, he was able to shoot him, knock him down twice, but did not shoot him, just that barrier. And by this time, the other guy had got up. He woke up, got in this Jeep, and rammed the other dude. And put the Jeep in between that guy and the boy. He's trying to save the boy, but then when the dude shot again and the glass blew out, it went in his leg. So he kept telling the boy, run, you gotta get away. And the boy said, where am I gonna go? He said, I told you before, this is all I know, this is home. Where am I going? What am I gonna do? He was like, this is it. And so he's bleeding out the ears, everything. So he told the guy, he said, all the people that just tried to kill him, he, again, made everything blow up because they had hurt the other guy too. And so now they in this ditch and they all trying to get out. And so there's gasoline pouring in there. So he's gonna let this truck slide down in there on fire to blow them all up. And the guy was like, no, you can't do that. You don't want to do that. Like, you don't want to be like them. Don't do that. And he was like, he said, I have to die. You have to kill me. Basically is what he's telling him. He was like, you already know I can't save you. You can't be saved. He's like, you already know that they're not gonna, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 right? He's like, yeah, I already know. He was like, no, what it was, he was like, you can't run from the fact that you're going to die. He said, you already know. From the cancer, just like he can't run from the fact that he needs to die. The young boy, he said, you have to kill me. So it's almost like he gave him an ultimatum, either you kill me or I'm going to kill all them. And so the dude had no choice but to shoot him. He wanted him to shoot him. He allowed him to shoot him. And he shot him in the chest one time. The boy fell down and he was down. And he said, now I can finally sleep, because he could never sleep. And the dude he just laid next to him and cried like it was a horrible thing to have to do that. It was a really good picture. I liked it. It was really good. It wasn't super, super long or anything like that. It was really good. I enjoyed it. I honestly enjoyed it. And then he has another one too. The young man from replied to me, it's on Netflix. And I tried to pay my Netflix bill last week, right? My bill should only be 7 something, and I had $15 on the card, but it wasn't accepting it. They were trying to have me pay 30 something. I was like, no, the hell I'm not. Like, that's not the plan that I have. You know, it's like, and I wouldn't even allow me to change it. Like, I'm not finna, no way, my plan is only 7 something. What is this? So I'm just gonna let them cancel it, and then I'll redo it for 7. I'm not gonna play them games. Like, why? I never added that on there. So anyway, he has another picture where he's same thing, kind of like a clone. He's not real. This young man is in a coma, which is him, and so they create some kind of program that's created to help people deal. And so they cloned or created an image of this very young man for this young girl to communicate with. She ends up falling in love with this clone over her guy, who's him, that was in a coma. I guess when he comes out of the coma, he's a different person or whatever. I don't know. But I think it's a story of 3 or 4 different lives of people going through things and needing these clones or animated AIs. That's what they are, AIs. They're AIs that look exactly like such persons, you know, in a coma or dead or whatever. I don't know. I was just looking at the trailer, and he's in that, and I was like, wow, like that's gonna be good. So I saved it so that I can watch it. I'm definitely gonna watch that. So guys, took out my vitamins and things, and I have an orange, and it's cold, so I'm letting it get warm. So today will be day 1. Monday, I'm gonna try to get it together here. If I get hungry, I'm gonna eat that orange. Water's in the refrigerator. So at some point, you know, when I'm done with my coffee, I will drink water for the rest of the day. And then if I, you know, get hungry, I will actually eat a meal at some point. I want to try to maybe once or twice, and not a lot. And then if I get hungry in between or after, before, after, in between, again, fruits. I'm going to try to, you know, I got apples in there, oranges in there, grapes in there. I'm just going to try to do more fruits and, you know, vegetables. I have salad in there, dried cranberries, things like that can go over in my salad. It's very gloomy out. It looks like it's about to rain. You can hear the thunder. I don't know if y'all can hear, but you can hear the thunder. I have to set up Alexa again because when the internet went off, I totally forgot about it. Like today, I went in, I was Alexa, what's the weather today? She said, internet is not accessible right now. I'm like, what? It's on. But I forgot my passwords and things changed, so I'm gonna have to go in and, you know, I guess reset that up or whatever. I don't know. On my tablet, I just totally forgot about it, so I will do that at some time, at some point today. Other than that, it's 7:06. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready here. You guys enjoy your day. Stay safe. As I said this morning, remember to say your prayers, not just for your family, friends, and loved ones, but all our brothers and sisters in Christ. Remember to treat people the way the Lord would, does, and do. And expect great things to happen to you, through you, and for you. I'm expecting great things every day. God is good. God is amazing. And I'm so grateful and thankful for his love and kindness. So grateful, so thankful for his grace. I can't thank God enough, you know. I'm going to go ahead and get on over here and get ready. My sister's having surgery, I believe, today. And so my prayers and my wishes go out. I know God's got it. I know God's got her. And everything is going to be all right. My dad's there with her. And God's there. Most importantly, God's with her. She's in his hands, and everything is going to be all right. And when it's over with, she's going to come, not only go through the surgery and come through and out of it successfully, but she's going to heal quickly. I'm trusting, claiming, and believing that she's a strong-willed, strong-mind person, and it's going to be all right. Over the weekend, she made copies of her keys. My dad has copies. I have copies. And so if she needs me, I can get in and I can get to her. I have a copy of the back gate key. So, access to the vehicle or whatever, which I will not need. I'm trusting God in everything. And I'm trusting that she's going to heal quickly. I don't know if she went shopping or not to get food for the house, but again, whatever she needs me to do, I'm there. If I have to leave work early, if I have to take a day off, so be it. I will be letting my supervisor know as well, giving her a heads up, so that she'll know if for any reason that, I have to do what I have to do, I have to do it. I have to do it, guys. And I was thinking too, I think I mentioned to you guys on Friday maybe, that it's the first time ever since I worked at CVS that I was not eligible for a bonus, but I was eligible for a raise. And I thought about it. I was like, a bonus is a one-time thing, right? So you might get a lump sum, $500. Usually it's just about maybe $500. On your extra on your paycheck, and they take taxes out of that, right? So it's not even the full $5, and that's a one time. It's a bonus. But with the raise, it's continual because you have a raise in your pay, and it's ongoing. So I'm still blessed, right? And the fact that they recognize. But I am going to ask her, what is it exactly that prevented me from getting that bonus? Because I've always gotten a bonus and a raise. And whenever there was a bonus where there was no raises available, I was able to get the bonus. So I'm going to ask her, what was it that prevented me from getting the bonus, so that I can work on that, right? I don't know if it was my attendance, So I'm going to definitely ask her about that. And just, do what I need to do and to work harder. I still have it in my mind, the back of my brain, where I want to get maybe a third shift job, just because, like I said, there's things that I really want, and have to do. And extra will help me to get there. And sometimes that's what you have to do, just put your big girl drawers on and do what you got to do, right? So anyway, guys, I'm going to talk to you later, 7:10. Have an amazing day today. Please have an amazing day today. Comment down below and let me know what you guys did today, okay? I'll talk to you later. If I don't talk to you again today, be it the Lord's will, I'll talk to you tomorrow. And I will say this, Lavelle and I went Sunday after church to Peoria. It's on Lake Street. It's a meat factory. And we heard about it on Saturday from my sister's tenant, Mr. Ott. Very nice guy. And we went because Lavelle wanted to get some meats and things. He wanted to get a brisket, because he really wants to cook a brisket. Y'all, we went in there. Lavelle was like a kid in the candy store. I was like, oh my God. And there was so many people in there. Like, these people have deep freezers, okay? These people had to be spending $400-500 worth of meats. I mean, they were all over the place, people. And I did get some footage of that. I will include that in this video. And it was a nice place. It was some things in there I thought was too expensive. To me, in my opinion, I could see some of it was bulk, but I could see some of the things that was not bulk, like you could get from Walgreens. I mean, not Walgreens, Walmart. With, I think, like the bacon, I felt like that's about the same amount of bacon you get from Walmart, and I don't think Walmart is that expensive. It was like $13, and it was a lot. It was a big one, but I don't know, it just seemed like a lot to me. But again, Lavelle had this big old steak with this leg bone way out here in this big fat. I was like, boy, I think it was about $50, $60. I was like, I ain't trying to tell you what to do with your money. I'm just saying, damn, $50, $60 for one piece of meat that you can cut in different, when you can spend $56. But he did. He put it back. He thought about it. I was like, this. He got some other stuff. Like he got fish and chicken, a lot of chicken, potty wings and stuff like that. Jerk sauce and I said, please get some Slap Your Mama. So he got some Slap Your Mama. What else did he get? I forget, but he got a lot of stuff. And came right home, and he got corn, and he made some jerk chicken and some regular barbecue chicken wings. He made corn, and we already had a big old pot of spaghetti. I just added more sauce to it. Yeah, and it was so good, y'all. It was so good. Lavelle was out there talking to the neighbor. He was talking about maybe I should start selling plates. I had left to go pick Jeremiah up from work, and Jeremiah was like, yeah, advertise and get out there and get your truck or something, But it's so much, you have to get licensors and all kind of stuff, Some people might claim that you got to get insurance. You have people always saying, oh, I'm allergic to this or allergic to that type of thing. So you definitely have to be able to dot your I's, cross your T's and cover yourself, Anyway, guys, got to go. 7:13. Talk to you long enough. Have an amazing day. Bye.